Hello, hello, beautiful people. What's up, White? What's up, Sanity? Insane timing. I was like, I swear someone's supposed to be live right now for this overnight session. You summoned me, man. I don't know what to say. This is an overnight session leading into a holiday, so I'm expecting very light volume. The overnight model, as some of you guys know, I take the first hour to get a bias. First hour is, I mean, this is flat. When it's flat, I can play either direction. So a pull back up, I can short. A dip, I can buy. What's up, Luke? Super low volume here? Yeah, no, I expect a very low volume overnight. The range will probably be pretty small, like maybe like not even 100-point range. And by 100-point range, I mean up and down. Are the streams usually to this time? I thought I watched them usually like 6 hours earlier. Yeah, I streamed the overnight session, so the market just opened like an hour ago. So I stream an hour after open because I take 0 trades within the first hour because I let the trend develop. What's up, McLevin? Usually I start streaming like probably like 20-ish minutes ago. But usually there's very light action. I'm talking to the Top Step team right now because apparently some of my accounts were affected by the data outage. So I'm hoping I can get some accounts back. But I don't remember any of the like how bad were they affected. I can't remember. So let me pop out chat right here. Let me go back to the Top Step page. Okay. NQ? Yeah, I only trade NQ. I don't think we'll even touch a percent line for this entire overnight session. I really don't think we do. So, oh, oops. So it'll likely be a very light day. Let me see what accounts are ready for, or how far away I am from a pay. This account, I think I just took a pay on this account. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. This is 4 days from payout. This account is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. This account is 2 days from payout. Let me get some accounts ready. On this next pop-up right here. I mean, technically, I'm supposed to enter right here. The top of this candle. I gotta get my accounts ready, and I also have to make sure that I don't miss any support messages with Top Step. One, two, three. Okay, let me activate some funded accounts. I think I have a couple with Lucid that I passed today. One, two, three, four. Dude, I have so many accounts with Tradeify. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 funded accounts in reserves with Tradeify. So I'm gonna activate one right now. I hope they don't charge me for a subscription because I can't activate them all. So the closest one is 17 days away from the subscription date, which means that if they do charge me for the subscription rate, I need to blow up one of my accounts by within 17 days. What's up, Strawman? This is why I didn't want to get in yet. Let's try to get in within the top of this range. I can't sit and watch this level of volatility. It's physically painful. I mean, it's gonna be even more painful tonight. In this overnight conditions. That's why I'm literally doing stuff on the side. Just like activating some funded accounts. I activated a Tradeify account. I'm gonna activate a Lucid account. I think I have one. Do you use Tradecopia? I do not. Yeah, I have a 25k Pro that I can activate. And I have a lot of evals like halfway done. But I don't think we'll have the noise to get to pass any more evals tonight. My Lucid accounts are 2 days from payout. What about my Tradeify account? I think they're also 2 days from payout. How many points is your stop loss? My stop loss is, for my overnight models, it's 125 points. And for my overnight model, it is no, my overnight model is 125 points, and my percent line models, it's like 200 to 300 points. Top step 1500 away from eval. You mean from funded? I have like a lot of accounts ready. Like these accounts are all like 5100. Wait, let me see if they've reached back down to me. I have too many tabs open. Okay, I'm still waiting on a teammate. If I can get a Express account back, or maybe some extra evals, that'll be nice. What's your opinion about order flow? I have never traded order flow, and I don't know really how it is. But I'm a firm believer that whatever strategy you use, you can make it work. But you need to make the strategy work for yourself, right? Like, it's the same thing with, you know how like there's like 1 billion ICT traders, and how many of them are actually profitable? But they're all trading ICT, right? So same thing with order flow. There's probably a bunch of order flow traders. How many of them are profitable? The entry for the short is actually right up here, 212. I'm just kind of distracted right now because if I can get an Express account back from Top Step, or some evals back, I'd be happy to get it back. But I literally can't remember like what accounts were affected. Near the top of this candle, I'm going to end up taking a short. Just for a payout day. Let's see if there's any other accounts that I want to add. I might add one more account. What made you look for shorts? It's my overnight model. I was too slow to add with my second account, but the entry was right up here. My overnight model is you wait for a pullback. When it's flat, I can wait for pullbacks in either direction. This, I mean, you can just look at it. This is a pullback, right? So I waited for the pullback and I entered short. And if this pulls back down, I could also go long because we're flat, right? You can look by 9 p.m. Like, is this market bullish, bearish, or flat? I mean, it's pretty flat. So I'm just betting that we're still gonna continue with this flat price action. Now, it's a flat price action. A good place to look for is to target the extremes and to target into the middle. Now, you don't have to target directly into the middle. You can see mine is slightly above the middle. I think the middle is like right here. I'll use a stop loss. I don't use stop losses. I mean, this is one account, right? Right now I have like almost 30 accounts. So one account doesn't mean a lot to me. If this pops anymore, I'm going to enter with more accounts. Back up here, top of this candle, I'll consider adding one. And then 30-ish, I'll add my second accounts. But if you don't use a stop loss, what makes you close a trade then? The account dies. I'm very honest about how I trade accounts. I don't use a stop loss. If I lose a trade, the account usually dies. Just because the way I trade is a very high win rate, low RR trading model, right? So my win rate is very high. So by the time that I reach the stop loss, and I'll tell you exactly, I'll set a stop loss for you guys. This is my stop loss. What's 125 from here? 230? This is my stop loss. And I want to use 300 as a shield, so I'm going to put it like here. That's my stop loss. Poor accounts have done nothing wrong to you. I'm here to abuse these accounts, man. There, now I have a stop loss in play. So aim for 1 to 0.1. This overnight model is roughly 1 to 0.1, but the way I do it is the first entry is 1 to 0.1, and then I have another entry here, and then another entry here, and another entry here, and another entry here, and another entry here, right? So these 4 entries are not 1 to 0.1. These 4 entries have a better RR than this one, right? So technically it's not 1 to 0.1, except for the first guy, right? Yeah, negative RR. I'm a negative RR trader. All my models are negative RR. So all of these accounts stop out roughly right here. Right, and all of these accounts go for 10 to 20 points. So you can see as you get higher and higher, the RR gets slightly better, right? And then I can decide if I want to hold for a bigger move like this. And in this case, the RR is almost 1 to 1. But I only hold these runners on low priority accounts. Damn, never heard that one before. Yeah. You'll notice that like the best traders or the people that can make the most money out of stuff is they trade very strangely. Like all my systems, I don't think there's anyone else that does it like this. It's all very weird, right? Because I'm not part of the 99 or 90%. I'm like this weird little guy on the internet. I'm actually amazed how this works for you. Yeah. It's I mean, you know, proof is in all of my socials, right? And I actually, you know, a lot of people say one trade a day. I could take anywhere between 10 to 30 trades a day. Right? Some people call that over trading. I call that, you know, playing the numbers. So you can go back on my live streams, and I think in all of my overnight streams, I might have gotten 1 or 2, like 2 days, I took a loss. Every other day, I only took wins. And it's obvious how I always take wins, right? Because the RR is so low. My New York session RR is a bit better. I would say it's like 40 to 60 to 100 points. Full stop loss should be about 2 to 300 points. So not 1 to 0.1. It's like 1 to 0.3, 0.4, depending on where you enter. The better your entry, the less you have to risk. Now I could have added one more account here. I still want to keep my top step support page open. Hey Jack, hoping for day 2 profit for the XFA. What's up, Parker? Parker, did you buy the premium again? I got a notification and I saw that no one new joined, and I saw your name again, and I was like, wait a second, you paid twice this month. I'm gonna see if I can refund you for one of them. The percent line's really good today. I made good profit. Yeah, the percent lines were a bit hard. For me personally, well, no, the percent line should have been pretty good. Yeah, you did? I'm gonna try to see if I can refund you, okay, Parker? I looked up online and I found a way to apply the coupon to your existing membership. Now I don't know how that's gonna work, because now you bought like 2 memberships. It's not a big deal either way. Appreciate it. I'm gonna see if I can. But if I can, then you know, so be it. I just scammed you out of your money. My first victim. I tried something new, entering just one micro and sizing with 1 micro for 50 points, went to -1k, bounce back to 1.4k. Feels less pressure because it's spread on 3 accounts. Yeah, Luke, that's exactly how you're supposed to do it if you don't have like 10 to 20 plus accounts. That's exactly how you're supposed to do it. And the fact that you thought about that, I mean, it just shows that you know how the system works pretty well. Reported? Ah, shit. Still waiting for a top step teammate. I'm gonna keep it on the side screen. I really want to enter with another account. Sucks that we didn't hit the take profit. I think it literally missed it by like 1 point. You were thinking about it, 9 micros in total is 3 micros per account, and so I have huge negative drawdown. Now imagine 9 micros on 1 account. Exactly. Luke, now you're thinking like someone that uses DCA appropriately, right? 3 micros per account. Okay, it's 3 micros, but think about, it's called total exposure, right? You're now now what you're doing versus someone that copy trades. Oh no, my MS Paint. No. Survive, damn it. Draw penguins again, please. Ah, that's only for the... You guys know that lesson already. But now, Luke, you versus someone that does 9x, right? By 3, because they want to play 9 micros, but their total exposure is now 2.7 minis, right? Which is an insane amount of exposure for 3 accounts. You're doing 3 times 3, which is roughly 1 mini, right? But what you're doing is that you're spreading across 3 accounts. This is actually how you're supposed to copy trade, with lowered risk, right? Because if you want to go in with 1 mini, this is how you structure it. Now, if you want to go in with 2.7 minis, then sure, go ahead with it like this. But when you only want to go in with 1 mini and you spread it across your accounts, now what you're doing is you have 2K, right? You're utilizing the 2K and 2K and 2K. You're like utilizing all the drawdown, combining it into one account. It's like you have a $6,000 account versus someone that just says, oh, I want to trade with 9 per account. The amount of drawdown you can hold is insane compared to somebody. You're utilizing a lot more of your account's potential. So this is actually a very smart way to do it. If you were to copy trade, I personally don't. But if you copy trade, you need to lower your risk. You need to use what the prop firms are giving you. They're giving you cheap accounts. They're giving you a lot of different accounts. So spread out the risk and make it seem as if you're trading a big account, $6,000 account, versus someone trading like this. It's almost like they're only trading a $2,000 account. That's why I don't copy trade. It's also easier on the mind. Oh yeah, absolutely. Even for me, when I'm trading my new accounts and I go 10 micros, I can feel myself like it's a lot more stressful versus 5 micros. It's a world of difference. And I'm actually considering maybe I should do 3 micros per percent line tap, or in the initial percent line tap. And then on the first percent line tap, maybe I should do 3 micros. And then halfway, maybe this is like 4 or 5. And then next percent line tap, maybe then it should be 5 to 6. Now this is all just me thinking. I need to backtest this using all the historical data, but something I'm thinking about. Are any of your accounts no evals? What are the best ones? What do you mean? It lowers risk because you have 3 accounts in the same trade. Of course, if you don't blow one, but if you would be over trading anyways. Yeah, that's why that's why I personally don't copy trade. What are the best ones? The best firm right now to me personally is Lucid. Like Lightning Funded, I personally don't trade any Lightning Funded accounts. It's way too expensive. It's like the cost of 6 evals. You do that first percent lines 1 through 2, later size up. I remember my first eval was 1.8k below 2%, then I added 1 mini and prayed and went to plus 2k. That's sort of how you're supposed to do it, actually. There's 2 ways to go about it, and there's no like one best way, because there's some days where if you do it static, like 5 5 5 5 5, you'll make way more than someone doing 1 2 1 2 1 2. But there's some days where the 1 2 1 2 person will survive way longer, and then the 5 5 5 5 person will make way less profits and lose some accounts actually. So there's no right way to go about it, but your way is actually a lot more safer. What's up, Vegetable? Full porting NFP tomorrow. I'm excited. How does wait? Wait, NFP is tomorrow. I thought we can't trade tomorrow. I thought this is Good Friday. Markets might be closed tomorrow. Hold on. Let me check. General announcements. Blah blah blah. I think my Fund Futures had one. Look, my Fund Futures has one. April Friday market closed as of 9:15. There will be no New York trading session. Traders are auto liquidated by 9 a.m. Eastern. So it's actually 30 minutes after this. So maybe you can trade NFP. For prop firms, yeah, futures close super early. Oh yeah. Okay, so you can still go for NFP. We can all gamble NFP. Let's go. For prop firms, however, I only know of Lucid that closes at 9 a.m. Eastern. My Fund Futures closes 9 a.m. Eastern too, or 9:15 Eastern. I just went on their Discord to see their announcements. What is NFP? It's non-farm payrolls. Don't ask me what that means. It basically shows the health of the American job market. Now I'm gonna ask AI what NFP is. I'm gonna explain it to you guys, but don't pretend like I didn't ask AI. Okay? So it looks like I'm super smart. Okay. I'll explain this to you guys. Okay, so it's non-farm payrolls. It's one of the most important economic indicators in the US. Okay. Non-farm payroll measures the number of jobs added or lost in the US economy, excluding farm workers, government workers, private, and non-profit. So it's like the public, right? Yeah, that's about it. It's red folder news, NFP. There's usually a big candle. Let me see how VIX is right now. VIX is pretty high, so I feel like we should be expecting a pretty big candle. But it's also like Good Friday, like market's not open, so how big of a candle are we talking about? It's like such a weird, it's weird. I don't think I'm gonna trade it, but I mean, if you guys are in the Discord long enough, you would see me say, okay guys, I think I'm done trading for the day, and then I'll show up with like minus 3k for my total P&L, and it's like, what the hell happened? It's because I lied. I love lying to you guys. I'm taking on 5 evals as they close at 9. Either we are in the Maldives or donating plasma. That's hilarious. One of my buddies donated plasma to get through college. He did it like every single week. We would go out to eat, and then he would pay his bill using that that gift card they give you guys. I'm taking on 5 evals. Yeah. I grabbed a Lucid eval, but I'm so used to TopStep interface I hate it. TopStep is a very nice interface to work with. You know, they have the UI looks a lot better than something like Trade-Evade, right? It looks a lot better than something like this, where this is like older, but some people like the older looking technology where, you know, maybe it screams more like, oh, it's super old, you know, we didn't have to update it too much, so it's fast and reliable. Usually there's very little Trade-Evade outages. First gaming the guy and taking his money twice for 1 month, now lying. What's next? Reported ×2. I don't know what's next, but who knows? I wouldn't put anything, you know, anything's on the table. I'm a pretty scummy guy. Let me see if TopStep got back to me. But yeah, that was an overnight scalp. I was supposed to take it with 2 accounts. The only reason why I didn't is because I'm trying to talk with TopStep, TopStep support. But I think whatever they message me should go to my email, so I think I'm okay. Maybe it's taking so long for the support chat because it's gonna be a holiday tomorrow. Lucid Pro or Flex and why? I like Lucid Flex just because there's no daily loss limit. I really hate daily loss limits. Like it could be the difference between a 100% win rate day and not. Like, I hate it with a passion. Sometimes it helps, but I'd honestly rather just not have it. No shot I went through my take profit and then bounced and didn't take. Was it a top step account? Sometimes the top step take profits are a little slow. It like the top step platform looks pretty, but I'm sure behind it it's like covered with a bunch of duct tape and glue, right? It's how most newer applications are. They make it look pretty, the UI and UX make it look pretty for you guys, but in the background, you know, it's probably not as efficient, and just because of the time of development, right? How many bugs do you guys think Tradeovate's dev team went and crushed throughout their entire lifetime? What, probably like 10 times more, right? Just because it's been alive for 10 times more. All right, how many years do you think like Tradeovate had to work on getting its latency down, doing you know, improvements and stuff like that? So Toss just has like a little bit to catch up. But we're probably, I mean, I think we're just gonna keep bouncing here. I'm just hoping to get in and get out and not be in the way when it decides to go. So I'm hoping to just get in here, and just hope to dodge this. I dodged the first one. But as we bounce in between here, like the odds of us ripping up or ripping down, and by ripping I mean, you know, put that in quotations because of this overnight, like when I say ripping, it's gonna be like this. It'll be very slow compared to some rips that we see where it's like this. If we get back up here, I'll consider getting in with my Lucid accounts. Or not Lucid, Verify. So after today, this account is now officially 1 day from payout. So now I can use this account. This account I might enter in the next entry. So the entry is like 15 to 20 minute pullback. 15 to 20 minute pullback. Try to get in at the top. Right now we're at about 5 to 10 minutes of pullback. If we pull back for 10 more minutes, right, you try to get in near the bottom. That's the overnight model. Trend continuation. I just got my first eval and I went to 25k pro, and for some reason thought the consistency would be better for me, so I had to stick more to my strat. 25k pro is not bad, and I actually bought and I traded a couple of those and I took some payouts, and it is nicer to take those base hits, right? I do end up scalping some, so it's not the worst for me. But for new accounts, I love to have runners. Like I love to have runners. I think they had like a sale where it's like you buy 5, you get 1 free reset. So I bought whatever was the max amount. I think like the max amount of coupons you can get is 25. Or no, max amount of coupons you can get is 5. So you have to buy 25 accounts. What's your target profit per day per account? That depends on the type of account. Like for this account is officially done trading for the day. I will not touch this account anymore. Why? Because it's 1 more day from payout, right? This account is 4 days from payout. I could care less if this account dies. So I'll scalp with this account a lot more, right? So my lower priority accounts, I can keep throwing back in if I want to. But the high priority accounts with at least 3 to 4k of buffer, it's one trade and done, right? I'm here to take my payouts. I could care less about building a buffer. Oh wait, you guys can see my P&L. Wait, hold on. Do I? I'll put it down here, right? So this one is 4 days from payout, right? So this account could care less if it blows up. This account, I'm done trading. Done. Right? Because this account, after tonight, it's 1 day from payout. So whenever I'm close to a payout, I always secure the payout. Because the best psychological tip that you can take, the best way to reset your psychology in a bad day is to take a payout. I mean, it just makes sense, right? You lose virtual money, and when market closes, you request real money. I guarantee you, if you have a bad day of trading and you request 1 or 2 payouts, the next day you're going to be refreshed, right? You're not going to care about what happened in the previous day. So I always protect my payouts. I'm sure there's some times where I fuck up and I lose a payout day or I lose a payout account. And it happens, right? You can't be a perfect trader. But on average, I take a pretty decent amount of payouts. And I always like base hit payouts, like about 2K. And I think these payouts puts me under the radar because a lot of people have been sent to live recently on Lucid and on Top Step, especially Top Step. If you have 5 accounts copy traded and you make 10K per account in like 2 or 3 days, they just send you to live. And you'll have extracted what? Maybe 1 payout from those accounts. 1 max payout, 5 times 5 is 25K. I think last year I took like, I think last year I had like 50 or 80K. No, like 40 to 50K from Top Step. And I never got sent live, right? So in the long run, you know, staying under the radar is what I like to do. Especially now that their live program got a lot harder and a lot worse, in my opinion. Here it is, Globex open. When you break Globex open, it can get really violent like this. Globex open was 24219. I could wait for the top of this candle to short. I'm gonna let this noise play out though. I don't know what that increase in volume was. I don't think it's news related. But news related, you can really tell from the candle if it's news related. I'm gonna let this candle go through its course. This little increase in volume. I'm just gonna wait. Next candle, if we get anywhere near the high of this, I'll end up shorting. I don't trust myself to let my traders run. I tend to cut them short. I don't really mind that. I know it ruins my RR, but I don't know. Like the way that I use runners is like I only have like 1 account as my runner. So if I enter with like 3 accounts, then maybe I'll let 1 account be the runner. And that 1 account is like a low priority account. Like it's a new account or it has low drawdown. Good thing we got out of the short when we did, yeah. This is why I've been liking the 10 points scalps. Like if I was doing the model before with the 5 points, it would be first entry here. First entry here. How much is this? 216, 204. I guess you would have gotten your 20 points here. No, it's 13 points. which means you're still in the trade. And the next entry would be about 3-3, which is here. And then the next entry after 3-3 is about 4-8, which is here. How long are you trading for tonight? I'll stream for like another hour, maybe. I mean, we're getting some action here that we didn't think we were gonna get tonight. I have one account, I just trade one contract, so I can't even take profit, let half of it run or something. Well, the way you do it is, I don't know if you trade one mini or one micro, but for one mini, like you could split it up to 10 micros. And it's tough, right? Because I go with account, I DCA with accounts, but if you only have one account, it's DCA with your contracts. So like this is supposed to be account 1, account 2, account 3, but if someone had one account, it would be like one micro, one micro, one micro, or 2 micros, 2 micros, 2 micros, or 1, 2, 3. But no one likes to trade like this. I personally don't. If we get anywhere near this top of the candle, I'll probably consider shorting it. I'm gonna short on this account and maybe one micro. Oh, okay, yeah, no, in that case you can't split it anymore. There used to be something called nanos, which is one step below micros, but I think it's like discontinued. But trading one micro is good, as you're at your first funded or near the start. If you can trade with one micro, if you can keep your funded account alive, your first one, if you can keep it alive for 2 or 3 months, you're gonna learn so much for so cheap. And evals just don't carry that weight of like real money. Funded accounts do. So you'll learn so much. In the beginning, it's not about scaling. In the beginning, it's about learning as much as you can. And then once you find a system that you trust, then you can start scaling. The way you trust the system is that you're willing to show it online, like in the live stream, and you don't care if it loses. I could show my overnight scalps and I could lose 5 days in a row and I would still do it. Why? Because I trust my systems. Well, how do I trust my systems? Well, I've back tested it with it, right? What do you think about a tactic when, to buy when Trump tweets and sell when he speaks? That's a very interesting tactic. I'm sure someone has like an automated bot that scrapes like his Truth Social website or maybe Twitter, uses AI to like read the text and then determine in like a split second, is this text like beneficial or is it, you know, is it bad news? Is it good news or bad news? And then just trade accordingly. I would not be surprised if someone did that. I don't think they'll beat the speeds in whatever bots that the whales have, right? Like the hedge funds or market makers. They probably have the craziest speed in everything, right? All this war news has been like insanely annoying. I've been caught in the wrong side of I think the last 4 or 5 tweets or speeches. Now, sure, I don't have risk management per account, but the fact that I show up every single day and I always have funded accounts, that's like my risk management. And also like whatever I take out for the month versus whatever I put in. Do you have everything set to fast or medium for refresh? I don't know. Where do I see that? Oh, I have it in medium. I don't think I have. This is like gonna fuck up my memory usage. I just said it's fast. Let's see how fast it really is. Thompson does not want to talk to me, huh? Near the top of this candle, I'll probably end up shorting. Doesn't seem different. I wouldn't be surprised if it literally does like nothing. Like, if anything, I feel it being slower is because it's probably eating more memory. It was the exact same from what I've seen on your stream. Yeah. Come on, give me a green candle. I might have already missed it. I feel like I want to play all like extremities, and this is a perfect example of an extremity right here. And you don't even have to scalp to the midway. For me, because I scalped 10 to something points, right? This was already 10 points right here. I don't even have to go to the midpoint. I'm not funded yet, down by 500 by gambling on my phone. Dude, phone trading is so tilting. I hate trading on my phone. I remember last year, I had one of my worst nights just trading on my phone. Because I use something called AnyDesk, so that I can, if I'm not home, I want to remote into my desktop because my desktop has my monitors, and it has like my fingers swim like my charting, and I have like 7 tabs open for prop accounts, so like I need to be on my desktop. And like the latency was like you would click sell or buy and it would take 4 seconds to fill. I would miss a move where I would be filled in at such a shit spot. I was so tilted. I still do it sometimes, but I never go that crazy ever again. I think that night I lost like 15 funded accounts or 20. Come on, green candle. It's green candle. I actually went to minis and bought without stop loss, $100 TP, so I'll be profitable for the day. Alright, those are the crazy fast scalps. What's up, Texas? Do you wait for certain color candles to enter long or short? I like to enter short on green candles, and I like to enter long on red candles. It's called entry efficiency. especially for scalping, right? Let's say I wanted to enter here, right, as a short, but I end up entering on a green candle that ends up here, right? This is 5 points. So instead of targeting 10 points down here, I now only need to target here, right? So it's almost like you're profiting, quote unquote, this much. My tactic is buy low, sell high. Me too. Me too. My tactic is buy and never set a stop loss, so I lose my account. It doesn't matter if it's in profit or not. But yeah, entry efficiency is very important when you're scalping. Yeah. Anytime Texas. Build like half a second, hope I don't ruin my account with that. Usually they don't care about you'd have to be like a repeat offender. Most firms can tell the difference between a hyper scalper and like a bot. The reason why they don't want to, you know, support things like that is because of botters. And what most botters have is that they most likely have some connection to a terminal that has really fast real-time data from the actual order books. The firms don't have that speed, so you can actually get into an order, like you'll know the price in the future, so you can actually make a bot or trade in a way that you can get 100% win rate because you know what the price is like a second later. And what do? You just go in with minis. What's up, Moonlight? Your profits need to be like 30 to 50% of your total profit, and hyperscale was under 5 seconds. I think so. I think it's like under 5 seconds. Usually they give you like some leniency. But like bot scalping is like, I'm sure they're in and out within like less than a second. I might never get that scalp opportunity here. I have 4 accounts that are 2 days from payout. I think I have 2 Tradify accounts that are 2 days from payout and 2 Lucid accounts that are 2 days from payout. Hopefully I don't fuck it up. Now, my overnight scalping model is telling me to buy near this low, maybe like one more red candle, and then buy near the low. I kind of don't love it just because for a day like this, I want to target the extremities. I mean, it's not the worst idea. Let me see. Maybe I'll consider Globex open 219. 219 is what here? Wait, where? 219 is like here. Caught that pump on the way up and ready to celebrate Easter. Dude, tonight's gonna be like a night where just take your wins and then just leave. Let's go celebrate. I don't know if you guys have work tomorrow. I think I still have work tomorrow. I think I'll long at 219 and short near the top wicks of whatever this big movement was. I don't love this 219 long, but probably still take it. Link to your Discord. I think Nightbot usually says it a couple. This should be the link. I have like a stream bot that says it every like X minutes. It should also be on my YouTube description. Yep. Joined? Nice, let's go. All right, 219. I said I long here. Let's put money where my mouth is. About to be 15 minutes of selling pressure of lower lows. The entry will be on this account. This account, 4 days from payout. I could care less about this account. I do care about it a little bit, but it's not my highest priority. And then on a bigger dip down here, maybe down here or here, I'll consider it with some other account. Like my Lucid account. When I hear you say I couldn't care less about this account, I instantly move my order a few more points further. You always get way better fills than me, Luke. You're like a shark. You're like waiting for me to take the first bullet for you. Is this 219? No, not yet. Let's get this chicken scratch out of the way. This is where I'm supposed to get in. Even though I say I couldn't care less about this account, this is per my overnight model. So it's not like a random YOLO trade. 221. I really want to get in at 219. Maybe I'm being too greedy here. 221. Between you and I, you have more accounts than me, so all right, that's fair. That's fair. I didn't want to draw. Let me enter in with a Lucid account as well. A bit late on my Lucid account. I missed out on like 2 or 3 points on it. It's not the best entry. Full take profit is 3-4. This one's probably earlier, right? This one I can hold for a bit longer. This one, maybe like for a full 20 points. The Lucid account has 4K buffer, so that one I'm closing out a lot faster. That one I'm putting a stop, take profit. Take profit at 3-3, about 10 points, or 3-4. Now, I don't love this area. I'm just taking it because of blowbacks. What I really want is, right, the extremes. I want to be here. I want to be like near here, right? Or near here. And then just play near the middle. Like if this is an overnight model, or this is an overnight session where, right, leading into a day where the market is closed and we end up here. we end up here, okay, then so be it. Like it'll be extremely rare, right, for us to end up down here. Like Luke, I don't think we're gonna hit a percent line. Unless NFP may cause us to hit a percent line. Red folder news is a little crazy. So I said what 219 was the best entry. This hit 219.50. This is why entry efficiency is so important. If you entered at 219 219.50 or got 2 or 3 points a better entry than me, you'd already be out of this trade. You'd already get your 10 points. That's how important entry efficiency is. Now, because I don't have as good as an entry, right? If someone entered 2 or 3 points below me, I'm still in this trade. It's the difference between being in a trade and not being in a trade. That's how important those 2 or 3 points are. Not many people think about that. Now, as long as we don't crash, I'm probably willing to hold these like the entire night. How did you come up with the entry price? Because it was spot on. It's Globex open. And I literally said right here when this breaks through, I said I wanted to short here, but if it breaks Globex open, there could be a huge volume spike. And that's exactly why I didn't chase this. When I'm supposed to short here. Yeah. Yeah, I have my Thinkorswim automatically chart Globex open every single night. And you'll see it's a decent pivot point. And if it breaks, sometimes there's big volume. Like it breaks and then it just keeps going. Which is why I was worried about this. But because it's like a holiday, I wasn't worried about it going to the moon, right? How do I set it up on TradingView? I'm not sure. I personally don't use TradingView. Let's get one more higher high and get my Lucid 1 day closer to payout, please. Or just crash and blow up the account. That would suck. Take profit is at 33.75. I would look up to see if there's a Globex indicator on TradingView, or if there's a like you can use ChatGPT to code up your indicator. Like I personally got ChatGPT to code up my my Thinkorswim indicator. 3375. Just okay. Now reverse and now drop by 300 points. You have to speak into existence. All right, I took profit on my Lucid account. This account, like I should be out. I'm gonna keep this trade in the 20 points because my original model is 20 points and 20 points is what, 4.2. Oh man, that is it's pretty far, man. I don't know. That's pretty far. I actually don't want to be in this trade anymore, but I'm gonna hold on to it for you guys. Now it's not a YOLO trade because this is my model is back tested for 20 points, but I've just been scalping like 10 points because my entry should be 5 micros, but I've been doubling it for my scalps. I'm about to blow my loan XFP. I got 1 payout on after smoking it last night, weigh in last night's volatility. Any advice? When I have I have very little emotional attachments to my XFAs or any funded accounts. For the ones that have low drawdown, I have a whole priority list, and when it's low on drawdown under 1000, it's very low on my priority list. So maybe it'll be a bit higher for you. I'm gonna hold on. Let me think about this. I'm 4 days from payout. 4 days. I want to get to roughly 4K. That's about 1300 from where I am right now. If I take $100 more, close out at 400, I'll be at 2800, which means I need $1200. So now I have 3 more days. That's $400 per day. Or I can go for a bit longer. Maybe get out near the high. Maybe 40 points? No, 40 points is too much. 30? 30 points is 600. 600, 3000. I'll think about it. But yeah, I would just wait for an A+ setup and then just not send it, like YOLO it, but like for me personally, I would take it on one of my percent lines and then I would have it blow up on the next line or the next 2 lines up. I would take it in probably the 2nd percent line or 3rd percent line. So basically you just take it at an A+ setup. That's literally it. There's nothing else you can do. If you want to take it slow, you can, but it's like it's a lot of stress and handling drawdown is like a bitch. Have you moved to live? And do you trade a live account any differently? I haven't moved to live in any of my firms. I was considered to be moved to live with Funded Next. They sent me an email, but they didn't consider it. They were just like, it's okay. Which is good for me because I hate live accounts with a passion. The only one that sounds decent is Lucid, because I think Lucid gives you 5 live accounts versus everyone else gives you 1. Would you trade a live account any differently? Probably not. Just because if I have 1 live account, I still have like 20 prop accounts that I can do, right? So I would trade it the same, if not worse. Like my live account may be the first person, the first quote unquote penguin in the water. That's how little I would care about it. Or maybe I would care about it a little bit more, but honestly, like my goal would be to get back into the sim funded track. So blow up the live account, or do extremely well on it. I'll be sizing up, right? And take payouts that way. Live accounts suck. Lucid payout for live is super slow. Yeah, my cousin got moved to live. I'm surprised I didn't. I think he got moved to live for performance, but I literally had an entire month. I had an account in Lucid that had an entire green month, and they didn't consider me, which is good, perfect. I don't want to be Premium is very helpful. However, I do have a question. What strategies do you usually use? McLovin, if I had to trade 1 model for the rest of my life, it would be the percent lines. This overnight is also part of the premium too. Like I explain it in detail, but I also show it to everybody because I'm streaming overnight, and the odds of us hitting a percent line is extremely rare during the overnight session. By the way, you've been very helpful with the 3 VWAPs. I think those 3 are very, very good because not a lot of people have longer time frame analysis, and those lines are very good. I usually always end up taking at least 1 account in those lines, or if there's 2 of them very close together, like I'll probably take either each of them or I'll take one in the middle. Is what on the Discord? The overnight model? It should be on the Discord. It should be on the premium that you're in. You scalp $700 from this. Low volatility must rather go to sleep. Yeah. The only reason why I'm not is because I'm still in this trade. I should honestly just get out for what, 20 points? Although I do hate, I want to get out like here. This is the original model. This is how the model is built for. It's built for 20 point scalps. The win rate is very, very high. I tested it for the past 6 months, and I think I've only lost like 1 week out of the 6 months. So I usually always take it. What are the percent lines? Wait, you're on a premium, right? Oh, I call them percent lines, but it's the rare day trades. You know how like if you go to the rare day, you see how it's all separated by percents? So I call them percent lines. If I call it like rare day, it might get a little bit like people would ask like what constitutes a rare day, but if I call it percent lines, it's a lot easier to understand where you like all you have to think about is just support and resistance, right? That's literally it. Yeah. I've only been trading it for I think 2 months, 3 months, but the data goes back for a long time. And that's another model that not a lot of people think about. Like, I feel like I think of models and I think of trading like a lot differently than how other people do. Yeah, but if I had to trade one model for the rest of my life, it would be those percent line models. I think I'm gonna use AI to try to make it better, because those percent lines don't account for inflation, which means that within the next year or 2 or 3, I need to update all the code. But if I can account for inflation, right, then maybe I can make it so instead of having 4 years of data, I can have 10 years of data. That's like a stretch goal of mine. We'll see. Does I have just one fund? Am I shooting myself in the foot just $20 a day, or just be patient with the buffer? I don't think you're shooting yourself in the foot. Like, sure, $200 a day may seem small, but let's say you do size up, Parker, and then you blow the account when now you have 0 funded. And eval hell or eval jail is a very real place. Nobody likes it. Parker, if you like, if you can take that one funded account and trade it, 'cause I'm not sure how familiar you are or how new you are, but if you can trade it for 2 or 3 months, keep it alive for 2 or 3 months, you're gonna learn so much for an insanely cheap amount, because other people will size up and you're most likely going to blow up. Getting a payout on only one account is extremely difficult. How to incorporate VWAPs into your trade? Usually when a VWAP lines up, so like you know how Luke, you know how like I take trades at the percent line tap and also anywhere near it, but I also look for areas of interest. So if there's a previous day high or previous day low or VWAP anywhere within those percent lines, I'm taking it 100% of the time. Well, usually I do like line tap, right? 50% of next line, and then the next line tap, right? If there was a VWAP 25% of the way or 75% of the way, I would also take that. Have any promos or discounts going for Discord? Yeah, we have a beta launch promo for the next for this entire month. It should give you 45% off. So like the Discord is like $50. It's like, it has to be one of the cheapest Discords, being taught by someone that makes probably more payouts than 99% of those fake traders out there. Okay, you had a fund that was eligible for payout, but you only had $1,500. I was trying to wait and then blew. I just want to get that first payout just so I did it. Yeah. That first payout is very important, just to make it seem real. But if you did take that payout, what's very dangerous about it is that if you took the payout, your drawdown would go to 750, because after a payout, you know how like your usual drawdown is like 2,000. Your drawdown would get flat at 0. The code is beta launch. I have it in my premium details page right here. Premium details right here. So I will always have the current promo code here. The current code is beta launch. Just because the first people that joined, they didn't have like all of these on day one. So it makes 0 sense for one of my first ever supporters to not have 100%. You know, they would be paying the same amount as a new person. But the new person has access to, you know, more data than them. That was on here, premium details. But like before you even consider it, like just go through my P&L, go through my payouts. You see me stream. You know, if you think that I'm pretty okay at what I do and you want to learn from me, then yeah, consider it. But if you don't and you want to wait for a little bit longer, then that's completely fine too. Also, what the hell just happened? All right, here's that break. What sucks is that 7:30. Now I'm supposed to get in on the next, in the overnight model. I'm supposed to get in, where is this? 207. This will be my next entry here. 207 or 207 or 200. Maybe I'll take one account here and one account here. There's an increase in volume, now breaking below the Globex open. I broke below it by a little bit. It's not the worst area. Like I was even considering a long there, but I'm gonna try to keep my exposure kind of small. I want to enter down here because technically this is where I'm supposed to enter. And look, from this high, 40.50, right? If I got in 3 points below 1950, that would have been the 30 points I was looking for. Oh no, I was looking for 20 points. Yeah. Or wait. Yeah, I was looking for 20 points. That would have been the 20 points right there. 1950, 40.50. One more dip and I'll get back in with another account. 209, is that? I think 207 to 200 range is where I'll get in. Overnight is so chill. I've seen some pretty horrible overnights. I've seen an overnight that dropped like 700 points. And I was like, what the hell? And I don't think it was news related. There was no news at all. How's your day? It's been pretty good. I had a pretty mixed bag during New York. It was just like a bad, like, DLL prevented me from holding all the way to the end of the percent lines. So I had the percent lines Do I have it in the chat? No, I don't. But I had the percent lines and I couldn't hold through it all. And then the odds of us closing positive, which we did, was actually roughly 10%. So it was just like an extremely rare day on both sides. Might close this for 10 points if we get it again. Come on, let's not stay below X. That would suck. I could hold for a while, but with 10 micros, you can't hold, like, you can only hold half the distance as 5 micros. That's the one part that sucks about it. Let's see. It's been tough today. New York session was rough. I had long and then something went down 100 points, got back up, secured $50 total. Yeah, the first 2% lines was tough. Which is why I size like, or like my lower priority accounts get in first at that first tap. And then my higher priority accounts get in on the 2nd or 3rd% lines. So I actually caught like the bottom of the day, but it was just for scalps. And a day like today is why you hold a runner. Right? For that runner, you would have gotten like, how many points would you have gotten? Some insane amount. You've gotten like 500 points. Yeah, you've gotten 500 points if you held a runner. Probably you would have closed before it, but that's why I do a mixture of scalps and runners. I just didn't have the accounts to hold for a runner. I realized I'm navigating into trading. I have an extremely short attention span when it comes to other things. I can watch a chart for hours if I'm in a trade. Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. I would like stare at the charts for hours. I would like go to bed and I would still be on my phone just staring at the charts. Yeah. But like, what account would you want to hold for 500 points? Or what account could you psychologically hold for 100 plus, 200 plus points? Is it an account that's going to take a payout the next day or in 2 days? Or is it an account that, you know, has $0 of drawdown in it? Or it has like 500 bucks of drawdown left or 1,000 bucks of drawdown left, right? Those low priority accounts are the ones you want to hit that runner. Kind of stabilizing and kind of don't mind along here, but I really want to be below it. Like this bottom wick was decent. But I'm already in one account, so let's not be greedy. I got off my computer just to lay on the bed and look at charts again. Yeah, no, same here. Well, I only do it if I'm in a trade. I'm at the point where it's like I know where I want to get in, and like I barely give you guys in the premium my trading plan because you guys already know where I'm gonna get in. So like there's really no point in me telling you guys every single day, hey guys, this is the plan, and it's the same plan every single day. Right? You know, if I hit a percent line, you know I'm taking the reversal. You know, if I hit halfway between the next percent line, I'm taking it with first entry 2 accounts, next entry 2 more accounts, next percent line 2 more accounts. Right? 1 scalper, 1 runner, or both scalps. Depends on the account type. Higher priority accounts are taking the scalp, and then lower priority accounts are taking the runner. This is what I get for being greedy. Going for that full 20 points. Like, I don't mind it. Like, it's not horrible. Oops. It's not horrible. Like, this is where I blow up. The odds of an overnight of a you know, holiday when Friday closes from Globex open, which is right here, to dump down here. I mean, I'll take it. Like, do we never get back up here ever again for the rest of the day? Maybe. But I also might close out 10, 12 points. That's what I'm thinking. My goal this next 3 months is to scale my first fund, and then hopefully after that I can get one more. Dollar amount I'm aiming for it is 250 to 300, since Top Step only allows payouts over 150. Yeah, that's why you saw me take this payout scalp. I think I took this on stream. I literally just take the payout scalp. I could have held it for a little longer, but that's okay. I think it was a long, right? It was a long, like right here. I forget. I should have longed right here. I'm hoping I did. Or shorted up here. Oh, I think it was this short. It was this short. The entries according to the overnight models is, this was a decent one right here. This is a decent one right here. This is a decent one right here. This is also kind of a decent one, but I'm already in a trade, so now instead of entering so close, like not even 10 points away, I want to enter down here around 207, 200. We were in shorts? Ah, yes. This one was decent too, but I think, oh, this was 7. I wasn't even on stream at 7. I wasn't on stream late tonight. I'm not gonna lie, I took a nap after work. I woke up and I was like, oh shit. That's okay. I woke up and I started stream like right here, So I couldn't have caught this. There's no way. Yeah, when you're first starting, your goal is to learn as much as possible, but you also have to make sure that you have a good budget. And the thought experiment that I tell people is like, if you don't budget and you blow up the next month and you can't trade anymore, it's gonna give up forever. What if you would have been profitable and you would have flipped that switch 3 months from now, 4 months from now, 6 months from now? Well, now you never know, right? It's the same thing as operating a business. What kind of business goes all in their first month, the first 2 months, and then they see a negative return in the first 2 months and they close up shop forever? Trading is a business, right? And a lot of people don't think about it as a business, but it is. And no business would also spend more money than they can afford. Like, what kind of business in their first month spends all their money on supplies, right? When they don't know if they're even going to make profits the next month or the next 2 months because they just started, right? No business is going to do that. What business is open for 2 months, 3 months? That's a pretty bad business owner, and I wouldn't trust him with my money. The fact that we can't hold above Globex open is not a good sign. I really don't like to see that. And I hate having a profit target really close to Globex open or above it. 219. Like, I would want to get in at 200. Absolutely correct. This military pay is not bad. I budget and save most of it. Yeah. Like, the first thing before you even start trading is you have to learn how to budget correctly. I mean, you guys need to know that in life anyway. But yeah, I didn't know you were in the military. I mean, if you stay there, I mean, there's like a retirement path if you stay in the military for, I think, X amount of years. You may know about it more than I do, but coming out of it, you'll have really good benefits and really good loans. I think something like the VA loan, VA assistance. I think their retirement stuff is really, really good. What platform is that? This is Top Step. You mentioned your profits and payouts, 1% and such, but how many accounts have you blown this year? I have no idea. I'll tell you how much I spent this year. I spent 60 to 70K this year to pull out roughly 250 something thousand. What was your big aha? Oh, excuse me. What was your big aha moment when trading? I don't think you get one. I tell people it's like, I don't know if you guys ever picked up an instrument or a guitar. My friends recently gave me one. And I look up on Reddit and people saying that, like, you never know when you can start playing chords, right? Switching between chords without that little hiccup in between. You just wake up one day, you keep practicing, you wake up one day and you can do it, right? Oh, Rio, what's up, man? Do you teach people how to trade? Not really. I'll give you advice. Yeah. You can consider this teaching if you want, but I'm not that good of a trader. A lot of people see the big numbers and think that I'm like a really good trader, but I'm not. I'm, it's in the name. I'm an average trader. I just know how to beat prop firms. Hope you've been doing well, Ryu. The markets have been a little crazy. Just news, right? It feels like you should just wait for Trump to say something and then just full port. If it's good news, just full port long. If it's bad news, just full port short. Based on the war situation. That's what it feels like. Yeah. Most people that teach trading are usually full of shit. I'm also full of shit, but I have the numbers to back me up and the proof to pay me, the proof to back it up. So yes, I am full of shit, but Proof in the pudding. 20 years ago, they were 100% retirement. The benefits are great. I'm a medic in the Navy, so I get all the perks. Oh, I think I knew someone in the Navy in my last job. Dude, I hope they don't send you out, McLevin. That would fucking suck. This day trading thing sparked my interest way before I joined. It's a long-term journey, McLevin. It's a long-term journey. It's almost 100% better to just invest. Like, what's your goal for your Discord? Well, the biggest goal for my Discord is if I can make more money than my full-time job with my Discord. Flat out. I'm not here to hide or be dishonest. I'm here to make trading my business. Missed that pop this morning, but still had a good day. Nice. Passed TPT eval. Let's fucking go. Made 1K on my Lucid 50K Pro and still in my Tradify eval. Nice. It was a mixed day for me. What's up, Henry? Do you have a better edge trading in Asia than New York? Yeah, Ryu was also, he was part of the army. I don't know. My overnight trading is good, but the RR of my overnight trading is way worse than my New York trading. So, and me personally, if I had to trade one model for the rest of my life, it's those New York percent lines. Even though technically overnight you can hit a percent line, I would still take it, but that would be my one model I'll trade for the rest of my life. Would you say the success of taking payouts came from just small consistent wins across multiple accounts rather than going for like $1,000 days per account? I actually do go for $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 days on my new accounts. You can see. I mean, you'll see what the new accounts are, right? If I show it, you can see the new accounts. Which one are the new accounts? I hit these accounts very hard. That's why they end up dying, or they end up with a buffer like this, 4K. This is a new account. Look, I made 4,011 bucks. The start of the day, this was at 50,000. So this is a new account, new account. These are all new accounts. You can see I hit it hard. Look, 2,000, new account, right? New account, new account. This is an older one. This one, I'm a bit sad about, but that's okay. I already took like 2 or 3 payouts from this, right? New account, new account. New account? Yeah, new account. I push new accounts hard. And the reason why is because you take one payout, right? Prop firms, you can actually be an unprofitable trader and actually make money. There's math behind it. And I went over the math, right? I said, let's say you bought, let's say you bought 10 accounts, 10 evals, right? And 2 of them went funded. So you bought 10 evals. They're usually about $100 a piece. So you spent $1,000 and you got 2, let's just say you got 1 funded account, right? And this funded account got you a $2,000 payout. Oh wait, you lost 9 accounts. You're not a profitable trader. You lost, what, 9 times 2? You lost $18,000 of drawdown. And you made, to pass, you made like what, 3,000 on one account? Take a 2K payout, you made about 4K. Wait a second. Your net P&L is negative. Your net P&L is negative at 11,000. But wait, why do you have an extra 1K going into your bank account? Strange, right? Isn't that kind of weird? Prop firms are not really, it's not really real trading. That's why I never say I'm a good trader. I just know how to beat the system. this math that I just showed you guys proves that a trader with negative 11,000 P&L is quote unquote profitable. They're profitable by 1K. Now imagine that they scaled this up. Isn't that kind of weird? You think prop firms are going away anytime soon? I don't know, but it's not. We're not in the golden age anymore. If I knew what I knew now, and if I had what I had now back in the day, I would have made so much more money. My expenses, you know, within the past year, all prop firm accounts went up by almost double. Double? I would say at least 50%. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Ria, I appreciate it. So my expenses, if I spent $60,000 to $70,000 this year, if I knew what I knew now and I was in the position that I was in now and I started last year, my expenses would have been about 35K for the same profits. My ROI would have been insane, almost 10x. But now, because everything went up, like think about My Fund of Futures, for example. They had a account called the core account, right? And it was 77 bucks. Now they have a flex account, which is only one I trade, and it's $129, almost double. Now I still have to buy them all and still trade them all because it's a business, right? Things go up in price. When you're running a coffee shop, what if paper goes up and you're buying these napkins? Okay, it's going to cut into your costs, whatever, right? But if you're making money now and your ROI is positive, you have to buy napkins, you have to buy forks, you have to buy food, right? Matt mentioned recently in one of his live streams that the days of $1 million payouts are over in the prop space. I completely agree. The only ones that you could have done it in is Apex. And I think my cousin was the last person to get a $1 million payout. Or I think he took 700K. Close, but he took in his lifetime about $1 million. I don't know what his pay-in is. It's a shit ton. He's more aggressive than I am. Just because he copy trades, right? Yeah, $1 million payouts are over. But I don't need, like, $1 million payouts in one firm is over, right? But usually firms have a payout cap, right, dedicated to stopping the bleeding of people that take money from them, and it's usually about 100K, right? So if I can take out 700, 800, or $1 million in payouts, spend maybe 200, 300K doing it, you know, ROI, you know, like net is 700K, then I would, you know, I would do it. You were sad to see that Futures Desk sold to Top Step? Yeah. What's crazy is that they did it in April Fools, so people thought it was a joke. I saw it on Twitter. They chose the worst time to do it. like why? That was the worst day to do it. I really wanted to try them out, but I won't touch them now. I won't trade with Top Step anymore. Yeah, a lot of people have lost faith in Top Step. Let me see if their support reached out back to me. My cousin's Fabio? No. He's been on a leaderboards before. His name is Ming, M-I-N-G. You'll probably see him pop up sometime. He's planning on doing social media, I think. He recently got like a camera, and he has like an editing crew and stuff like that. I'm not sure who this Fabio guy is. Hoping it was April Fool's joke. Yeah, that would have been funny though. If it was an April Fool's joke, that would have been hilarious. Your cousin got banned from Apex after his payouts, right? Yes. So he's no longer. You know what's funny? He started a business, an LLC, right? For his trading stuff. Like I have one as well, but I haven't used it yet. I need to go pay some stuff. Um, he tried to get back into Apex with his LLC, and then they were like, "Dude, what the fuck are you doing?" And then they banned him again. So he got banned twice. So I don't think he took any more payouts after. You just searched on YouTube, someone got a 600k payout from Apex. It's gonna be very hard like nowadays. Especially because Apex has this new quote-unquote live system, but there's people on the internet that were saying, "Oh, I was moved to live and they ghosted me." So this live system is like, is there really a live system? Maybe like one influencer or two influencers have it, but is there really a live system? I have no idea. Rich and unknown do living the life, yeah. He's doing pretty good, you know. He's a lot more of a riskier guy than me. You know, he quit his job to pursue trading. I can never do that. I'm a less like risky kind of guy. And my job is pretty nice, you know. I work remote. Like, I'm pretty blessed to be able to work remote. So I can still trade on the side for a during the New York session. I think after your uncapped payout, then they'll probably just end up banning you. I don't know. That's why you kind of need to, like, I think if you're a really big influencer, maybe you can get a $1 million payout, reach that uncapped payout, and take everything out. But I think if you're just a random dude, like, I think if you're a random dude, like, you're just gonna disappear, or your account's gonna disappear. So you need to know somebody that's like a really big influencer, or be that really big influencer. I was making my annual salary every month before quitting my job for my business. Shit is scary. Yeah, no, that would be awesome, you know. Like, dude, that's amazing. Dude, if you're making your annual salary every month, and you were used to be a chemical engineer, and now you have your own business, why are you looking into trading? It's actually very interesting. Parker, I'd love to know why. Move abroad and trade, your money will go further. Dude, well, I can't because I'm kind of stuck here. My girlfriend works here. I think if I was single, I would move to Puerto Rico, because some traders do that and they pay like zero capital gains tax. If they cap payout, why not get 5 or 10% below payout caps so we don't get banned? Well, no, well, the cap payouts are the number of payouts. So I think you can only get 6 payouts per account before you have to restart over or go live for Apex. What if you trade on someone else's name? Oh yeah, you're both. If you get caught, you're getting 0 payouts, and yeah, you're getting 0 payouts, and you're both getting banned. This might sound like a dumb question, but what is the difference between a live account, live funded, and a live account? Or is it the same thing? A funded account is not a live account. A funded account, you're still paper trading. A live account, your orders are actually going through the data feeds and appearing in the exchanges. It's a real account. You have to pay for you pay your fees, right? And you pay your subscription to the data books and stuff like that. It's a real account. It's almost like you opened up an account on like a real broker, like Webull or something like that. It's fun. It is pretty fun. It's like mentally stimulating, and also because it's gambling, right? Gambling is fun. Tax benefits, good food, and hot women in PR. Yeah. If only. Oh well, that's okay. My business is in crafts and e-commerce. I'm a technical guy. It's just enjoyable and interesting. Gotcha. Assuming you're close to 6x payouts, so you just lose the accounts on purpose, and they've boosted, I think, with 6x payouts before live. I usually happen to lose my accounts before the max payouts. I think I've gone to the last payouts a couple of times. I think 1 on My Funded Futures, 2 on Top Step, and 1 on Lucid, and I blew them all. God knows what happened before the last payout. And it's because for Top Step, I want to be moved with like the most amount of money ever. So I start sizing up. Is this 10 points? Whatever. So like when I tried to get the max amount transferred to live, I'm sizing up. And when you size up, you blow up, right? Because you need to like 10x your account, 20x your account. Yep, yeah, of course. I'm a union electrical apprentice working in the data center construction depth, trying to use trading supplement income. I see the math, but I don't have the juice on my setups for more accounts. Yeah, Jake, that's the tough part about just trading in general, right? Trading is a game that allows the rich to compound easier than someone without money. And I'll give you an example, right? Let's say someone comes up to you and they say, I have 200 bucks that I want to invest. What should I do with it? I want to trade. What do you say to that guy? Or like he says that he wants to make it into trading. What do you say to him? Right? Versus someone coming up to you and someone says, I have $200,000 I can spend to trade. Okay, now you're talking, right? And unfortunately, that's just how life is. That was 209. That was a potential for another account, 207. I might look for 200 though. Yeah, exactly. And it's unfortunate. It's really an unfortunate thing, right? But that's just how it is. I have people reaching out to me on Reddit because I market a lot on Reddit, and they're always asking me like, "Oh, I need your help, man. You know, what's your strategy? You know, I'm XK in debt, and I need to make trading work." And I just don't respond back. If I were to respond back, I would say, don't bother trading. Like, don't. And I'll give you an example, right? What's the average that people say it takes to become profitable? People say anywhere between 2 to 5 years, right? Profitable, which means taking money out. Okay, if you're not taking money out, then what's going on? Well, then you're losing money, right? 2 to 5 years is 24 to 60 months. Let's say you spend 1K per month to trade, right? That means within the next 2 years, you're going to lose about $24,000 to $60,000. You're not making any money. Right, Ryu, you're saying 4 to 5 years, yeah. So now you're losing money. People think, oh, I can just go in, buy prop accounts, you know, and make it. But what they don't know is that the expectancy is actually negative, right? You don't know that, or a lot of people don't. A lot of people come bright-eyed, with a lot of hope, and it's because, you know, trading does sell you a hope. Who doesn't want to just trade for an hour or two and live their life doing whatever they want? Everybody wants that. What they don't see is this. That's why so many people are trusting to these fake influencers, because they have that little bit of hope. Can I really make it? Can I really quit my job? I hate my boss. Can I really do this? Can I retire early? Can I provide for my family? Right? People need to think about the negative expectancy of day trading. How many accounts should I build and what account should I buy? Can you share with me? I appreciate it. I'm new to the future trade. The first thing I would tell you to do is to have, before you even start buying accounts, to have a budget. And you don't start scaling up. You buy the amount of accounts per month according to your budget, and you don't scale up until you start taking payouts. So your first goal should be 5 accounts, and then 10 accounts, and then 15 accounts, and then 20 accounts. That sounds easy, but the path between 0 accounts to 5 accounts is a huge path. You'll even go backwards. I went backwards. I went 0, 5, 10, 15, 0. Back to 0. And then 0, 5, 10, 15, back to 0 again. I can't even describe how many times I went back to 0. So, having a lot of accounts is the way to beat prop firm trading. But unfortunately it costs a lot. So if you don't have a good budget, the journey is very long. I like to think about it as compound growth, right? What if someone can only spend $100 and they want to invest in SPY? Well, it's going to take a long ass time. You'll get there, but it'll take a long ass time. What if someone can spend $500 per month and invest in SPY? You'll get there even faster. What about 1,000? What about 2,000? What about 3,000? You know what I mean? That snowball builds a lot faster for people with a bigger budget. Unless you're in the 0.1% of traders who are just the absolute best, which you're still going to end up spending a lot of money. Don't think you won't. That's pretty accurate. I lost about that much in my first 1.5 years of trading. I'm just now at the point where I'm much more consistent in taking payouts. Nice for you. Yeah, I've lost, I used to do like options and shit back in the day, or I was just like, I was a dumbass, I was just gambling. I lost probably in the middle range, probably like 20-ish K, 25. Turns out I'm pretty shit at options. Well, I was also a dumbass kid. I don't know half the things I know now. I was like tariff news. Oh shit, dumbass kid. That was last year. Oh, I guess I'm a dumbass now. Last year I was like, oh, tariff. All right, we're fucking crashing. I bought puts with like over 50 to 60% of my Fidelity account. And you know what happened after the tariffs, right? We reached all-time highs. And I was like, oh shit. What kind of dumbass spends 50% of their account balance on one option trade? Right? Risk management and stuff like that is extremely important, because a trader can be wrong a ton of times, right? You can get unlucky and just be wrong. Same, I started with options, mostly 0 DTE. Oh, 0 DTE is tough. And it's just because options it's way more complicated for an option than it is for futures. Futures, you can stay in the trade the entire day. Hey, you don't have theta knocking at your door, right? You don't have these bounces of volatility that'll get you. It's very exponential, a 0 DTE. But if it doesn't move fast and quick, you're in trouble. Versus futures, I can hold this trade for the rest of the day. There's no theta eating at my position, right? The only way to be good with options is to sell them. I think options trading is more for like hedging or for safe stuff. I made 26K in 24 hours in Tesla when the Trump election happened. That was smart. I should have thought about that, because Trump and Elon back then were super close. So obviously if Trump was elected, there would be either talks with Tesla or he would just mention it. Hindsight 2020. I didn't take it. We lost all of that more in the following months. Yeah, I had before that dumb futures trade, I actually, for that year I was net like break even. I actually had SPY calls before the tariff stuff, and we went up a decent amount, and I just thought to myself, oh man, I'm so smart. You guys ever got humbled within like the next trade? Like, oh dude, I'm a pretty good trader, I'm pretty decent, let me trade this option, I'm pretty good. What, I can double my money? And then the market puts you on your ass, and you're like, oh, okay, so I was just lucky. Got it. My bad. My bad. The amount of times that you get humbled as a trader is actually very impressive. Honestly, the straight up gamble. Trading is all gambling. There's a whole bunch of people on like Reddit that reached out to me. It's like, are you gambling? Show me your trades to prove that you're not gambling. I didn't respond back, right? Because I would have just said like, dude, you're a moron. It's all gambling, right? Oh, what's up, Vlad? I'm doing good. How are you? Trading is just all gambling, but it's like calculated gambling, right? Exactly. The tariff and taco trades murdered me, dude. Those are the type of like I think the people that I personally didn't live through the last or I was alive, right? But I didn't trade through the last Trump market. But apparently, like Trump does this a lot, which means that if you knew that Trump was going to do this, and if you had the insight to know that the Fed is going to step in, and the Fed is going to step in, and they're going to say, "Hey, don't fucking crash our economy," and then Trump is going to back down or work for a better deal. That huge red candle was like the best time to buy. I didn't know that, but going forward, I'm gonna keep that in mind. The Fed and the Trump and the Trump. The Fed and Trump they don't want an all-out crash. Depends. I prefer to define as statistics. You either have a statistical edge or yes, it's all gambling. Right. It's like gambling with statistics, right? It's the same thing as it's almost like counting cards on crack. Counting cards gives you literally that 1%, right? And people master it over years and years and years of practice for that 1%, right? And if you can find an edge, you have a better edge in counting cards. And people count cards and they'll spend hundreds of thousands of dollars gambling, right? Because they have that slight edge. Did anybody say gambling? You going to the casino again sometime soon, Luke? Yeah, during that time, I believe to recharge volume, etc., isn't nearly what it is now. Yeah. My entire mindset is completely different. Like I think if I talked to myself like 1 year ago, literally just 1 year, like he wouldn't even expect me to be where I'm at today. I personally didn't expect myself to get here, but here I am. Yeah, my whole ability to read charts, my understanding of macroeconomics, what to expect. But I think traders learn every single month, every single year, because they live through the markets. They see stuff happen in real time. That's why one of the first things I tell people is when they're a beginner is to budget and then set yourself up every month, so that way the worst case scenario, you blow up all your accounts at the end of the month, and then you can buy them all the next month. And the reason why is because you're going to experience the whole month of trading. You're going to look at the charts for the whole month, and then the next month, and then the next month. Every single day, every single trading day, you're there looking at the charts. You just get all that experience, and then maybe you can think up of a model. This overnight model that I made was literally just me randomly back testing something, and I was like, wait, but what if this? And then I was like, oh, it's working pretty well. Okay, I'll just keep doing it. Happy for you and your success, bro. Yeah, dude, thank you. I really appreciate that. Probably on Monday after our match. Oh, dude, good luck, man. We do it only once a week. Risk management IRL. Yeah, all my risk management is in my bank account, so you guys will see me take some dumb ass trades. I'm probably the one person to show like going into 300 points of drawdown on stream with multiple accounts and just act like everything's fine. If you weren't in this trade, was your plan to enter? The plan to enter for the overnight model was the first possible entry was here, which is where I'm at. The second possible entry was right here, and the third one hasn't shown up yet. Actually, the third one is a DCA 15 points to 20 points from here, which is roughly 0807, which is right here. That was it. I'm finding the markets to be very difficult to trade in New York because Trump tweeting has been a major influence for my plan. Dude, Wolf, I've been on the wrong end of Trump tweets and speeches like the last 5 or 6 news events. He's starting to piss me off. Biggest thing I've learned is to stay the fuck away from the buy or sell button during FOMC. Dude, I used to do the straddle. When it works, you hit big, right? The straddle is when before FOMC or before one of those big news events, you set a buy order here, you set a sell order here, and then you just hope for it to explode and keep going. Same thing as the idea of options, right? You can straddle options. You just, your max loss is like in here, but your max profit is either direction. That's what I used to do. I actually got a lot of payouts, like a lot of big payouts that way. But I don't do that anymore because I've been sent back to eval jail a lot of times. Maybe I'll take like YOLO on like one account, but that's it. 1 out of 20 accounts. Versus back then, I would YOLO on all my accounts. Which, if you're lucky, you'll get a huge payout. If you're unlucky, well then, you know, go back to the start. You know, go back to the beginning. I wish Trump would stop speaking or tweeting altogether. It's been a pain. Yeah. All long choices, yes. Yeah. You could short, but because it was flat within the first hour, the shorts were right here after 9. The first short was right here, which I took. The second short is up here, but we never tapped it again. Ideally up here, this wick. This maybe could have been a short, but not really, not according to my model. According to my model, there was only this short, and if we got up here within this wick, that's another short. That's it. If we tapped, if this red tapped here, maybe that was another one, but it didn't, so it's not. Yeah, no, that's it. Praying for the safety of all you guys. Oh yeah, I was about to say, dude, yeah, I hope you stay safe. Yeah, Trump news aren't so great for the military at all. Some of my buddies are getting deployed to Israel. Damn. Yeah, hopefully you stay safe, man. I heard maybe the medics get like it's a more safe position. But yeah, no, this war is literally like the dumbest thing ever. Oh wait, let me quickly buy and sell really quick on my take profit account. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 of them ready for 5 of them ready for activation, but I just need the days. So I'm gonna buy like 1 micro on all of them and then just close out like right away. Access denied. Oh, this one might have already been taken. Yeah, it was. Okay. So I'll have a pro account tomorrow probably. 8291. Depends on where the medics are. If they're attached to infantry companies, they're in the shit. If they're in hospitals, they'll be in safer areas. Oh damn, I didn't even realize. Thank you. This war was so bullshit. Thank God I'm stationed at a hospital and don't even get started on the gas price. Okay, that's good. That's good. This war is so BS. Yeah. Yeah, take it easy, Luke. I know it's super late for you. Yesterday, I shorted, finished my challenge in the morning. Oh, nice. I don't care about Trump saying he says the same shit. No news really. Yeah, it's like the same thing. What happened with TBT ban? I got unbanned because I obviously didn't buy. That was like the dumbest thing I've seen. They really thought that their accusation for me banning is clicking the buy button 4 times in 1 second. Dude, I could do that just clicking my mouse. So I'm no longer banned of TPT. Which I had a feeling they were gonna unban me because the bad PR is way worse than you know, banning people. The amount of business they're gonna lose, like it got all over Twitter because, you know, their algorithm was fucked up. So I'm sure it's like some AI shit, like some AI code that was pushed to production, and then yeah, I'm actually like, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm pretty sure that's what happened. You have AJAC? Yeah, I ate a little while ago. There are a ton of us veterans from Afghan and Iraq that are very against this war. We support you guys, but fuck politicians. Yeah, good night, Jan. Yeah, dude, the politicians should go and fight. They're like all comfortable in like their mansions or wherever, and there's people out there risking their life for some dumbass war. TBT is bad. TBT is good. I actually really enjoyed my time trading with them, but that ban was very unwarranted. But the fact that they took it back was, it's like, okay, it's decent, but you know, you have a TBT account. If you aren't flagged, then you're probably okay. As long as you're not doing anything malicious, you'll be fine. Exactly, and send their sons and daughters. Yeah, dude. Yeah, they don't know what it's like when someone never comes back, right? Otherwise, you know, I'm sure there would be a lot more open to you know, peace conversations and stuff like that. Yeah, I got banned. It was a wrong ban. Like, I don't bot, I don't do any of that shit. So I was pissed because I had a payout denied. I had like a 2K payout and they denied it and banned my account. I was like, what the fuck? I remember Trump is saying that, and I hope it's true. He says that like they're ready for talks, but then like he says that we're gonna bomb the shit out of them for the next 2 or 3 weeks. So I don't know what that means. That just sounds like we're not close to peace talks. He was like, oh, most of their leaders is dead. We're gonna bomb the fuck out of them for 2 or 3 weeks. The strait is gonna open up by itself, blah blah blah. He just lies about it all. Yeah. It doesn't seem like, and like, I feel like earlier this week he was like, oh, we're really close to peace talks, yada yada. Exactly. If they saw the danger, they put people on both sides and up close, they changed their minds ASAP. Yeah. Yeah, war is a pretty horrible thing. I wouldn't wish that on anybody. The gaslighting is next level. I think it's just kind of what he does. Is this 200 yet? 205. 200 I'll add. Dude, this might be another one of those. Dude, I was in a trade. The only reason why I'm still on is because of this trade. I was in a trade yesterday. Or is it 2 days ago? I ended up on stream for like 3 extra hours. I was on stream with Luke. And it was like up, down, never hit my take profit. And then the one time I hit the take profit, I was like getting water or something, or in the bathroom. And I completely missed it. And I was only aiming for like not even 10 points. It took so long. This might be another one of those days. And because I was greedy, like I could have gotten out right here. I'm at the point where it's just like, just take me out. Like the minimum I need, the exact minimum you need for a payout day is right here. Oh, were you there, VC? Oh yeah, I think you were. Dude, I was going crazy. I just wanted to just go and eat and then go to sleep. About to run May 380 on TPT funded. Hope everyone enjoys the holiday. May your peanuts be green. Yeah, thanks for stopping by, Ryu. Take care. War is a drug. Yeah, you drew the penguins? Ah, right. I just needed something to do, right? I was just like bored out of my mind. I was honestly like, I was just like, dude, just take my account, man. Like, just take it. I don't even want it anymore. It was this account. It was this top one. This guy. But you know, I'm glad it's still alive. One more day to pay out, so you know what that means. I'm gonna blow it up the next day and miss out on a 2K payout. Lucid is good prop for him. Lucid is one of the best right now. I think right now they are, for me, they're the best. Price versus rules, they're the best for me. I thought they were going to increase their prices a lot more, but they didn't. I'm very happy with that. This trade is crazy, so dreading. Yeah, but you can see, like, even if I'm like all the way down here, like I feel like the same as being here. Like I have no emotion to this trade. Lucid has such low payout caps. They do, but all my payouts, if you guys have seen my recent payouts, they're all like 2K, 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 2K. I only take basic payouts. And that's one of the reasons why I take payouts. Like, I think I've taken a payout almost every single week this year. Probably every single week, right? I don't like going for the big, like I used to go for the max payouts, but like for a payout of 2K, right? You need to make 4K. Now for a payout of 5K, you need to make 10K. That's a huge jump. I'd rather just make this a bunch of times. Max 2K per payout? Yes. For a 50K account, the max is 2K per payout. Yeah, for me that's not an issue because I'm not going to aim for the max payout. So I think the only one that 2 to 4 ratio is definitely much better, makes more sense. Yeah, well, yeah, that's just me personally. I'm sure if you're like a great trader, you can get those max payouts, but I don't like to. Plus the fact that like on Twitter there's a bunch of people that got max payouts, right? And I was like, oh shoot, like they must be doing pretty good. And you know, there's a recent wave of traders being quote unquote honest and showing their expenses versus how much, you know, their pay in versus their pay out. And I have the better ROI and more payouts than almost all of them. But they flex max payouts and I don't, right? But I've made more than almost like 90% of them. The only good thing about max payouts is marketing, that's it. Pretty sure all of them sell some kind of Discord or whatever. Which you know, I totally like. I was thinking about doing that one month, where 1 month I just go for really big payouts, and then try to market it. It's like trying to show off, but it's also marketing. It's actually very good for marketing, right? Like for example, right? You see my payouts, and I'm gonna start posting my payouts because I gotta start marketing myself on Twitter. But you see my payouts: 1,500, 2,200, 2K, 2K, 3,600, 4.7, right? 700, 1,700, 6,000. Versus someone that posts once with a 25K 5x5 top step, right? Who are you gonna follow? Obviously, you're gonna follow that one guy. Right, but There was one guy that let me give him some exposure. I think it was this guy. He has a live account. Let me see. He posted his expenses. He spent a lot of money. But he's the type of guy that gets really big payouts, right? Max payouts. Let me see if he deleted it. It was actually very bad for marketing. He was like, I paid this much to make this much. Yada yada. Yada yada. Yada yada. He probably deleted it. It was really bad for marketing. Oh, this, look. He spent 88,000 in evals to make 164. Right? But who are you following? You're following this guy because he'll show those big payouts. I've spent less than him. I've spent about 60 to 70k and I've taken out right 250k in payouts. Right? This was bad marketing on his part. No one wants to see this. That's why a lot of people don't show it, because no one wants to see it. Everyone wants to see the big payouts, but no one wants to see the big pay-ins because it's not like it doesn't give you that dopamine rush. It's not like sexy, right? But you know, I still show mine because I could care less. You know, I posted my bank statement, right? And that's just him saying that he spent 88k. I showed how much I spent this entire year. I showed my bank statement. But that's the reason why I don't want to like show off and try to get those max payouts, right? Because that's what's going to happen. Your expenses are going to shoot through the roof, and your ROI is going to suffer. But it is very good for marketing. So you could think about it as a business expense, right? Transparency is marketing too. Attracts a different crowd. I attract too many smart people. I don't like it. I want to cater to the people that follow the influencers, because they're the majority. But I do love everybody on my Discord. There's so many smart people in here. You guys are completely different breed. $204. Me see green line, me click. Simplified, yes, that's how it works. I like to keep it simple. I'm just waiting for that one red month to just knock me on my ass. It's gonna happen. It hasn't happened yet this year, but something about April is just giving me the heebie-jeebies. And also because I've been trading like an absolute moron. So it's not just the market's fault. I'm not gonna blame the market for everything. Here's 202. Let me add another account here. And let's flush. Let's flush and blow up these two accounts. Is this a payout account? I can't, I don't remember. Have you ever read any books about trading or just learned over the past years/months? I never read any books. Because first of all, I don't trust anybody. Like, I don't listen to anybody on the internet unless they've proven to be a master trader, right? And have taken out like a shit ton of money. The books and all that back in the day, that's the courses of today, right? You don't know how much money they made. You don't know their bank statements. They could say oh, my buddy verified me, or I've made $1 million in trading. Right? They can say whatever they want, but I don't really trust anybody. I've kind of been like that my entire life. When I was in high school, I didn't really believe in my teachers. I didn't trust them. I'm just kind of a brat like that, right? I'm like, oh, like, are you sure? How do you know? Right? But what's the proof behind it? Can you prove it to me? But if you take it into college, the professors know. The professors are there for a reason, right? Because they're fucking smart. So in college, I listened to all my teachers, right? Especially my engineering teachers, because like they are like 100 times smarter than me. They know what the fuck they're talking about. But in high school, I never really, besides my math teacher, some math teachers I was kind of like, eh. But like when I was learning history and reading and stuff like that, like I was like, oh, like this is so dumb. I don't want to do this. I think that's how a lot of engineers are. Like we like numbers, but we don't like reading. And then you figure out how much reading and writing you have to do on technical papers and stuff like that. And then you realize, what the fuck is this? Like for my senior design class, we had to write, it was like 30 pages per person, 20 pages per person. I was going insane. I was like, what the hell is this? I want to build something, not explain the entire architecture and all the CAD work, this and that and this and that, right? But now we have AI. It's even better. I think it's always important to just trust but verify, right? I guess for me, it's distrust and verify. Will I get you? Yeah. Like I'm sure there's people there's good books out there, but all the I'm not even sure what they could teach. Maybe like investing, they'll know more than me. Whoa, what's going on? Okay, the market just kind of freeze for a second. I got a little worried. Like maybe they'll know better investing advice, but like charting and all that, like I could care less about charting. Dude, I'm gonna retire before this freaking trade takes off. All my other accounts take profit. The two I added to take profit is about 212. Yeah, 212. I was supposed to add here 208. But I saw that 200 was so close by that I just waited. Which kind of sucks because if I added here where I was supposed to, according to the model, I would have already gotten my 10 points. What, 209, 221? And now I'm here in this mess. But that's okay. My accounts can live for a very, very long time. Like, very long time. We'd have to drop 200 points for them to blow up. Watch me say that and now we drop 200 points. I shouldn't have said that. Might have jinxed myself. I also took this trade and I'm okay longing the NQ because the NQ is showing more strength than ES right now. ES is at this support level, so if ES gets a little bit of a bounce, right, it'll clear my 212 profit target. The CME is closed, no? Futures is open 23 hours. It's only closed 5 to 6. But the stock market is closed. It's a holiday. It is a holiday. I know the stock market, I don't think it's gonna open today, but futures trades a bit differently. I think futures will close early tomorrow, but or it won't. I think it's hard because like different countries also trade futures. So sometimes a holiday that stops the U.S. markets won't do anything for the European or any other market. Yeah, see you later, man. Take it easy, okay? We'll see if it hits. We'll see. I think it'll close at 11:15 a.m. Eastern. Ah, yeah, that sounds about right. Come on, give me 212. Come on, let's have a range day. Get back up there. Need some water, dude. That was everything yet? Almost. Maybe I'm going to have a nightmare about another Trump speech. Hey, good night, man. That's hilarious. I'll probably have nightmares too. Thanks, Vlad. You too. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I'm probably gonna close up shop maybe soon. I don't know. Maybe just give me 212, and then I'll leave this trade on for the rest of the night. Just give me 212. Come on, you don't want to eat. You don't want to crash. You just want to range. Maybe it does want to crash. If it crash, just do it. Just do it. $200 was the, I think 200 was the position. 203. Oh, okay, that kind of sucks. Next ad I think is like 188. So near these lows. I need to add 5 times, which kind of sucks. This is my second ad, so I have 3 more ads after this. Dude, I'll add here. I don't care. Fall down, I dare you. What's up, Colby? Hey, Jack, news community and trading. I've checked out a lot of the gurus in my learning process, and I truly appreciate the transparency you put out. Hope to learn more from you. Yeah, of course. You can reach out to me on ask me any questions. I usually answer a lot of questions here. There's only like one thing I keep private, and you'll find out that I trade something called percent lines. But proper tips and advice in general, I usually always answer anything. I'm a very weird trader, so you might see stuff from me that I wouldn't recommend to beginners. For beginners, it's more about learning and finding your own model. You know, and this model has to be something that you can show up on stream and share it live and lose 5 days in a row and still trade it and still believe in it. But yeah, a lot of gurus out there. A lot of gurus out there. A lot easier to be a guru than to be a good trader. Not that I'm that good, but a lot easier. If I could do it, I would. Something in my body is just like Just buy now. Just buy near this bottom of this red candle. But let me wait for 90 or 88, 90, 89. Yeah, I want to buy this so bad. I don't know what's gone into me. I don't have too much. My exposure is not too bad. I have 3 accounts in right now. Wouldn't be the end of the world if I added one more here, but I think let me wait for 188. 188, 190. I'd be surprised if we crashed on a day where the market's not going to open. Maybe it's just a pullback from that really weird day, this really weird New York day. The odds of this New York day closing positive was like 10%. It was a very rare day. And usually days with a big reversal or a big crash out or a huge rally, there's usually a decent pullback in the overnight session. That is a little worrying, but I mean, the fact that we have no market tomorrow, like, how far do we want to fall? I feel like we don't want to fall that far. But I could be 100% wrong. I don't know if I want to throw in my last payout account here. How many more payout accounts do I have? 1, 2, 3, 60. Hold up. Let me see which one is not a payout account. One of them should be extremely new. Like second day new. Hold up. It is 60. Okay, 60 is extremely new. So 60 I can add without worrying. Right here at this bottom. I don't like how NQ is starting to lose steam faster than ES. Maybe if there's like a volume pop down here, I'll end up buying. I don't like how NQ is going for a lower low here. ES is right here. But the overnight model says I have to add here. I'm actually past my add. Wait, no. My add is 185. So I'm not at my next add yet. My next add is 185. Down here. Okay, so, okay. That's not the worst then. $185, $170 is my next 2 ads. really gonna have to hold this for the rest of the night, aren't I? Hmm. Here we go. That big volume. That volume spike the other way. Yeah, go up. Give me 212 so I can leave. That's all I want. I don't even want. You don't even have to give me the top step. Take profit. I watched a few of your previous streams in my free time. Talk about how you risk your entire account when you trade. Yes. I believe you target 10 to 20 points per trade. Do you set stops for your trades? I don't. Technically my overnight stop is 125 points from the first entry. And the first entry should have been, I think this was the first entry right here, which is right where I got in. So technically, according to my model, the stop loss is 125 from here. So what is that? Right below 100. Oh, this account might not even live to it. Technically, the stop loss should be like down here. And then for my New York session, my stops should be, I'll give you an example. This is a model. It's a private model. I only give out to certain people on the Discord. I call this my percent line model. So here, the entries are at every line tap. First tap here. Tap, 50%, tap, 50%, tap, 50%, tap. With a stop loss below this pink line. So how I take it is that, or this model basically, the odds of breaking below this line is 2%. So I basically buy and I scalp all the way down to this 2%. So on this day, it would have been, I think, 100% win rate, almost. So the scalps would be this scalp, this scalp, this scalp, and it's up to the trader if they want to scalp for 40 points or leave a runner, right? That's not a scalp. In here, and in here. So this one could have broken even, but I don't break even. So these two would have lost a little bit, and then this one would have scalped successfully. This one also has a defined stop loss. It's right here. So when I say I don't have a stop loss, I technically do. But it's very hard to position your accounts to blow up. You need, like, my stop losses are like so many points, right? A crazy amount of points. I'm a negative RR trader, right? So I win a lot. And I think that's how prop firm should be traded. For me, mentally, I just can't be a low win rate trader. It affects my psychology. All of my models are made to the point where if I lose, I'm okay with it, because when I lose, I'm very unlucky, right? On those percent line, in that percent line model, like, I lose my accounts if we crash without any bounces all the way down to a 2% day. At that point, you just throw your hands up and just say, all right, you got it, right? How many days are there like that in an entire year? 2 years, right? Very few days. So if I can capitalize on majority of days, right? Then that's how I want to trade. What made you enter this trade? This trade is my overnight scout model. I wait for a trend in the first hour. The trend here is pretty flat at 9 right here. It's a flat trend, which means I could take a pullback in either direction for a continuation higher or lower after 15 minutes or 20 minutes of buying or selling pressure. So the first entry, because it's a flat day, I can short or long. The first entry was actually here, but I was asleep. The first entry was right here or here. You take this short. Second entry is on a 15 to 20 minute pullback, which is right here, which is where I'm at. And then I DCA every 15 points. So this short, I would have DCA'd all the way up here. This long, I would DCA here, like here, and here. Young man, you will soon be an old man. Better make 50K ASAP. 50K month ASAP. I've already hit some 50K months. I think March. I think March was like 100K. I can't remember. But we'll see. April just feels like an off month for me personally. Just feels weird. And also because I've been trading like shit. So this is the end of March, 253. And then the beginning of March. The beginning of March. $145. So almost exactly at 100. Almost exactly 100. Probably less than 100, because some of them is pre-split. Trying to keep track of all the splits, because like some of them is like they take the split, so this is accurate, but other times it might be pre-split. Like maybe this is pre-split. I don't know which ones are pre-split, to be honest. I purchased 10 50K Apex evals 9% off. Hope to pass half of them in the next few trading days. Yeah, I purchased a bunch too. I think right now I have, how many Apex accounts? Apex funded accounts I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I have 15. Oh, no, 14. One of them is dead. I have 14 and I think I passed like I think 4 more or 5 more this New York session. What sucks is that a lot of them are in drawdown. So this one has 2K, 1K, like 2K, 2K, 2K. Hopefully these 3 will end up surviving and getting me to the next payout. But a whole bunch of these have like very low. So I'm gonna like I'm gonna split these all up in between my percent lines and just shoot for like 40 points, scalp some, and leave runners on some. That's what I'm gonna do. Or I could YOLO this right now. I'll do it. Just kidding. Oh, we're back positive. Let's go. 212, please. Don't you dare get below 200 again. Let's just get 212. Get 212 and then you can do whatever you want. It doesn't matter. When do you think your trade is invalid in this scenario? Usually when it crashes through the low here. But my stop loss is 125 points from my first entry. My stop loss is right like here, which I don't think this account will survive. The reason why I have the stop loss 125 points is because during my back test, there was multiple days where from my first entry, it fell 120-ish points before reversing. I don't use any trade copiers. I trade them all manually. Didn't dip enough for my next entry. And now watch this next dip. Now it's gonna flush and I'm gonna enter right here. And I'm gonna have another account fighting for its life. A lot of people use like trade copiers, but I don't. How do you scale without a copier? I trade them all manually. Usually every entry is like 2 to 3 accounts, right? So I literally just like I'm like boom, 1 account in, okay. Boom, 1 account in, okay. And I have like 7 tabs. Like this is actually what my tab looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Counts the 7th and then the 8th, and I go between them and I'm just clicking through all of them. Just clicking on them. A trade copier may make my life easier, but I'm not really interested in spending money on a trade copier. And I'm fine with I'm fine with how how I have this set up now. What does suck is that all these tabs eats like a shit ton of memory. Alright, let's get that flush. Let's get that. Yeah, when we couldn't hold Globe X open, that was kind of the first red flag. I like to be above Globe X open. Here's a dip. 188, 187. This is where I'm supposed to get in. Let's go ahead and crash. Fuck it. Trade copier aren't accurate sometimes. That's also what I've heard. And some firms don't allow trade copiers, like third-party trade copiers. So I'd rather just not risk it. Oh yeah. There actually is one. Yeah. Yeah, that's free and that's not against any prop firm rules. I can actually show you how to do it real quick. Yeah, one more account there. Okay. So here's how you would do it. Like manage groups here. And then you add a name. Tradeify group. And then you can add in all your, let's say I want to only trade evals in this group. Now what you have to do is, oh nice, now we're crashing. What you have to do is you need to go to one of them in the group and then click the group button here. And now usually how it's set up is that it's 1 contract per group. So if you want 1 micro per group, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if you buy 8, it's 1 micro per group. Right? I'm gonna get in and get out really quick to show you. You see the exposed position? It shows how many contracts you're in. Oh, oops. And also you can't use you know, stop loss and take profits, the automated ones. So like you see how I have 8 here and I have 8 accounts here. Now you see I have 8 that I got in with. So my total exposure is 8 micros. But the way that it sets it up automatically is it's usually 1 per. And you can get more advanced and you can change it to here the quantity, but I've never messed with this. Right? Get that quick dollar up there. Let's lose 1,000 and let's make $8. That's worth it to me. I think I'm at my next ad point actually. Let's go low priority account 306. No, 36. 15 from the last is 187, 187, 16. Yeah. It's probably going to keep crashing. This increase in volume is not good. This. Now what I'm worried about is another candle with even bigger volume. And now we're down here. What I like to see is a big pop down and it turns into a hammer. It turns something like this. But right now, I think we're just gonna flush. That big volume spike was not it. And if that's not the biggest volume spike, that's like the biggest one is yet to come, that's gonna be even worse. Let me make sure. Oh no, it's not this one. Another one. Let me make sure my take profit is set. Did I only add one more? Oh, I guess I did. If you're holding to London, dude, I'll hold forever. I'll hold until they kick me out or I lose the account. Let me see if I actually want to lose all these accounts though. That's why I haven't entered with these two. These two are 2 days from payout, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, this one is 2 days from payout. And so is this one. How many days till payout is this one? Oh, wait. 4? I can't be exposed in all my payout accounts in this one trade, especially if we do crash. I'm exposed in a decent amount of accounts. How far do you want to crash on a holiday? Like how far? I think that was my third or fourth ad, which means I need to add one more time. What accounts do I take? Maybe some Apex account. Some low priority Apex account. I think so. What sucks is that they have no drawdown. They have like 1K of drawdown. Do you ever doom scroll while waiting? Dude, all the time. I'm literally on Twitter right now, and Reddit, and TikTok sometimes. How much do you risk per trade? I don't know. All my risk management is done on my bank account. If I was smart, I would close these at 3,000 flat. Not even 3,000 flat. Like if I close these right now and just hit the next couple of payout days for my Tradify accounts, I can still take that 2K payout. But mostly I just want to get back to like 190 because I'm currently in some take profit evals, and they already passed, but I need my payout days, and I literally just needed to like I literally caught the top of this move down on my take profit account. Look at this. I had no green ever. And these are all already passed. All I needed was like 2 points, not even. Look at my take profit. Right here. That was my take profit. I needed 1 point. This is legendary. I needed 1 point for these accounts. Couldn't get it. And that's like the biggest thing that I'm annoyed about today. Now it's 4 micros in that account, so in all those evals, so they can hold for like probably for the entire, like all the way until market open, or until market close, right? Yeah, I missed out 2 points one time to pass my top accounts balance before. Yeah. As a trader, you'll face sometimes where you just are like the most unlucky person alive. I've had so many take profits that went literally 1 tick below and then reversed. With the math, I was so annoyed. Yeah, I try not to get into that whole like tilting mindset, but some trades are actually very tilting. I might just throw in some Apex evals in here. And if the market wants to crash on a holiday, then it crashes on a holiday. But I'm gonna throw in some evals. These are all these evals have like under 1k buffer, so I gotta like stack them or like partition them correctly. What number do I start at? 484. 484. What was that? If I get caught in another news event, I'm going to go insane. I've been caught in the past like 6 news events in the wrong side. Getting caught in news events, now that's tilting. Is NFP happening tomorrow? Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's happening at 8:30. I'm just layering a bunch of evals, like these evals I don't care about. They're all Apex evals with less than 1k of buffer left. Just betting that we don't crash. That was a decent volume pop. Maybe we can get some movement here, but I don't know what caused it. I hope it's not news. I don't think it's big enough to be news. Maybe that's the volume pop I needed to get back into the green. Who knows? What I don't want to see is a volume pop that continues crashing. I'm curious what that is. Let me check financial juice. Oh, so do you use for news events? I use this thing. Financial juice. It's very good. Look, you can see on this column right here. It has everything. All right, so we have unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls, average earnings, private payrolls, and then the red ones are the really important ones, right? PMI, FOMC, right? FOMC. Big earnings will probably be here too, like Meta, Nvidia, Mag 7 stuff. What's the name? Can't see. Financial juice. Let me put it in the chat. Yeah, of course. All right. I've been streaming for like 3 or 4 hours. It's getting a little crazy. I wanted to stay in until I got this trade out, but I honestly don't think I'm ever gonna get this trade out. So I don't want to stream for the rest of the night. I'm gonna head out, guys. You guys will know if I blow up or not. You guys know I'm holding these, most of them, probably all of them, until they blow up. So I'll blow up all the way down here somewhere. If we reach around 24,000, if we reach 24,000 on a holiday, you got it, man. You got it. You got me. Good night, guys. Trade well, and if you guys are green, dude, just head on to the weekend early. All right, it's gonna be one of those nights. Peace.